Part 1, The Day Everything Changed. The sky was heavy that morning, the kind of gray that warns of bad news. In the small rural village of Makutano, a little girl named Zawadi sat outside her mud house, waiting for her parents to return from town. They had gone early to sell maize at the market. But instead of their smiling faces, a neighbor came running with tears in her eyes. "Zawadi, pull my child," she said softly. "Your parents, there was an accident on the main road." Zawadi froze. Her world fell silent. The only thing she could hear was her heartbeat. She was only 10. That night, she slept outside under a broken sky, an orphan in a world that suddenly felt too big and too cold. Derelict House Part 2, Life Under Her Aunt. After the funeral, Zawadi went to live with her father's sister, Aunt Tattoo. At first, Aunt Tattoo seemed kind. She gave Zawadi food and a small mat to sleep on. But within weeks, the tone changed. "You are big enough to work," Aunt Tattoo said one morning. "If you want to eat here, you must earn it." From then on, Zawadi washed clothes, fetched water, cooked, and looked after her cousins, who mocked her every day. "You're just a beggar," one of them sneered. "Even your parents left you with nothing." Zawadi swallowed her tears. At night, she would stare at the stars and whisper, "Mama. Baba. I'll make you proud. I'll find my light again." Sunrise Part 3, The Secret Teacher. One evening, while collecting firewood near the old road, Zawadi saw an old man fixing his bicycle chain. His name was Mr. Kenga, a retired schoolteacher. He noticed the sadness in her eyes. "Why does a child look so heavy-hearted?" he asked. Zawadi hesitated, then said, "Because I want to learn, but I can't go to school. Aunt says I belong at home." Mr. Kenga smiled warmly. "Then come to my house in the evenings. I will teach you under my lamp." And so began her secret lessons. Every night, after finishing her chores, Zawadi sneaked to the old teacher's house. They used charcoal on cardboard boxes for writing. She learned fast, reading, counting, and writing her name, Zawadi Baraka. Crescent Moon Part 4, The Storm Breaks. Months passed, and one day Aunt Tattoo discovered Zawadi's notebook under her mat. She was furious. "So you sneak around at night to learn useless things? You think books will feed you?" She slapped her and tore the notebook apart. Zawadi ran outside crying, clutching the torn pages. That night, she couldn't sleep. She looked at the moon and whispered, "If I stay, I'll die here, not from hunger, but from losing hope." Before sunrise, she packed her few clothes in a sack and left quietly. Barefoot, with no food, only her courage. Part 5, A New Beginning. Zawadi walked for miles until she reached another village called Majani. Exhausted, she fainted near a roadside shop. When she woke up, she was in a warm house. A woman had rescued her. Her name was Mama Rehema, a widow with a soft voice and kind eyes. "My daughter, where are your parents?" "They're in heaven," Zawadi said weakly. Mama Rehema sighed and hugged her. "Then let me be your mother here on earth." From that day, Zawadi had a home again. Books Part 6, The Climb. Mama Rehema enrolled Zawadi in the local school. At first, it was tough. She was older than most pupils, her uniform was torn, and she had no shoes. But she had something greater, determination. She woke up early to fetch water for her guardian, helped at the market, and studied at night by a kerosene lamp. Her teachers noticed her brilliance. She always came top of her class, even with no books or pens of her own. "You are a light, Zawadi," her teacher told her. "Never let anyone dim it." Shooting Star Part 7, The Dream Lives On. Years later, Zawadi finished high school as the best student in her county. Her story spread, newspapers wrote about the orphan girl who never gave up. A charity organization offered her a scholarship to study medicine in the city. Mama Rehema wept with joy. "Go, my child. Go heal others as God healed your heart." Zawadi promised to return and help her village. Hospital Part 8, The Full Circle. 10 years later. In a bright modern hospital stood Dr. Zawadi Rehema Baraka, wearing a white coat with her name embroidered on it. On her wall was a small frame made from old cardboard, her first writing with charcoal. Zawadi Baraka, Doctor. She smiled every morning when she saw it. One afternoon, a small orphan girl was brought in, weak, scared, and silent. Zawadi knelt beside her, took her hand, and whispered, "Don't be afraid. I was once just like you." The little girl smiled for the first time. Rose Epilogue, The Legacy of Courage. That night, Zawadi walked outside and looked up at the stars, the same ones she used to talk to as a child. "Mama. Baba. I made it," she whispered. "And I'll make sure no child ever suffers alone." From the dust of despair, she had built a future of hope. Her story became a legend, told in schools, churches, and homes. A reminder that bravery is not the absence of fear, but the will to rise after falling. Sparkle's moral of the story. Hibiscus, you don't choose where you start, but you can choose where you finish. Hibiscus, even the smallest girl can carry the biggest dream. Hibiscus, kindness can heal what the world has broken.